I don't care about that.
What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? Survive in advance. We are headed to the NFC Championship. If you told me in the beginning of the season, I would have believed you based off this roster, that how we built. Brunson, what's up? Y'all know who it is. Simone with the Spizzle. It's
You know
Lord
what's up.
Brunson.
Y'all know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what's up. We 60 minutes from the Super Bowl, Simone. You know what I mean? We 60 minutes from the Super Bowl. That's what's up.
So first, okay, I want to get your reactions. How was you feeling? What was your vibe like for the Giants game? Because I don't think we didn't talk for the we didn't when we talked, we didn't know who we was playing. We didn't know who was playing the Giants. So what was your vibe for the Giants game? Was it what you predicted? Was it better than you thought? Like what was your vibe?
Is what I predicted, honestly. Like I predicted 38-20, but it ended up being 38-7. You know what I mean? I predicted we was going to embarrass them. They just don't match up well with us. You know what I mean? And I kind of really feel like I got a real good feel for who this team is, and I feel like I know this team like the back of my hand at this point. I just feel like certain dudes just can't mess with us. You know what I mean? That's been my temperature all year. And then when you line up against somebody who don't got the star power that you got, nor the better quarterback, what's supposed to happen? A body bag. The Giants got a lot of overrated players. They got a lot of, listen, I'm in playoff mode.
Are they even overrated? They not rated, period.
Dexter Lawrence should have not been first team All-Pro over Hargrave. That's the bottom line. They play the same positions. You know what I mean? They play the same position. He constantly gets shut down when he's going against another all-pro center like Kelsey. You know what I mean? Hargrave literally cannot be stopped at times. So, I mean, that's what I mean by them being overrated. I think, like, in terms of what they did as a football team, that was special. But we different. You know what I mean? We different. You know what I mean? We built to win the Super Bowl. They built to just be happy to be here. So, them getting bodied, that's just how it's supposed to go.
What I didn't like, and I'm not even able to relish in this because they don't crawl back under a hole.
Real quick.
In my lifetime, I'm dead serious. At this point, I know two Giants fans on the top of my head. Y'all know I live in the dirty South, baby. I don't come across Giants fans. Didn't even really know they had a fan base like that. But once we got, and I've never had no smoke for I've never talked junk about no Giants. I'll be going on here, running my mouth, talking my shit about the little boys. We know that. Y'all ain't never hear me run my mouth and coming out of pocket talking about the Giants. Because why? They're so regular of a fan base. It's so just regular of a team. They don't even have enough flair or zest for me to even talk about. They came out the woodworks on Twitter and YouTube. The woodworks. TikTok, YouTube. I'm sure you fight for your life on Twitter. Where did all those Giants fans come from?
Listen, they came from like under a piece of rotten wood somewhere. You got to think about it. It's a football team who has not been 500 or above in the previous 5 seasons. You know what I mean? Up until this past season, up until we just knocked them out of here, they have not been even 500. They've not been winners at all. You know what I mean? And they've seen glory not too long ago. They won a Super Bowl, I think, like 2011. You know what I mean? This is why I really never had a problem with the Giants. I actually respect the Giants a lot. And I respect Eli Manning. So I'm from up north. So I
respect Eli.
Right. They crawl out. They crawl out of their hole sometimes up north up more than you will see in the South. But I respect Eli. You know what I mean? Eli playoff runs was crazy inspirational to me at one point because we didn't even have a Super Bowl ring. And everybody doubted Eli. But once Eli got in the playoffs, Eli showed me anything could happen. You know what I mean? So I kind of got a little respect for them. You know what I mean? They've been helping keeping the division, valid for real. Think about it. We the only two that beat Tom Brady in the East. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, who else beat him in the NFC that I can think of?
The little boys just got they had to wait for Brady to turn 55 before they could get their win on Tom Brady.
We're the only ones that beat him in a Super Bowl, though, like in the playoffs from the NFC. You know what I mean? I think did they lose to somebody else? Listen, I know in the division it's only the Giants and the Eagles that have done that. Those other two dudes are non-existent, non-relevant when it comes to big games. So these dudes crawl back into their hole. Well, this is what I don't like. They talk too much, then they crawl back into their hole. Keep talking.
I'll at least give the Dallas fans that respect. The Dallas fans, they gonna talk their shit, but they gonna still come after they get embarrassed. They still gonna talk after the game.
I thought that too. They running for me today. They've been running from me since they took that L. It's documented. They are some runners too. They some front running runners, Simone. I'm telling you.
Okay, my loyal Cowboys subscribers, they've been showing their face. I have a few loyal ones, Ready Red, Cole, even though me and Cole had our little beef.
No, Cole definitely ain't run, though. I ain't gonna lie, Cole ain't run.
I can't believe he tried to call me out like that. He really did. I open Twitter and be like, now why am I in it?
Right.
But okay, so flashback to the Giants game. Were you one of the Eagles fans that wanted Dallas over the Niners in the championship game, or were you indifferent?
So at first, I wanted the Dallas Cowboys. That's why I wanted the Dallas Cowboys. I've been saying I want Dallas because I want to be the ones that knock them out. I don't think nobody else in the history of the game has, knocked out two division opponents en route to going to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I wanted to do that. And then after we beat the Giants, it dawned on me that they were still happy. So then I went to Dallas. Right. It dawned on me, like, do I want them to come to an NFC Championship game? They ain't been here in 27 years. Then I start saying, come on, let's go Niners. Get them out of here. Because we could beat either one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get our division out of here, and then we're going to take care of y'all. That's how I looked at it after that. So,
that's how I was feeling.
Right. I wanted the 49ers, like, as soon as it got to game time.
Because from day one, I wanted the 49ers. When I seen what our paths were going to be, we was going to go through, once they beat the Buccaneers. No, once the Giants won, and I knew we were going to be on a little different path than Dallas, I wanted them little boys at home. And some people wanted, when I was rooting for the Niners and whatnot, boom, boom, boom. First of all, I've never had any smoke with Niners fans. The Niners fan base is the only other fan base that hate them little boys as much as we do.
Right. They're in the same position. They both got beef from the 90s. They carrying on 90s beef. You know what I mean? They're carrying on 90s beef, and now they both don't like us now. The Cowboys went from being arch nemesis to the 49ers to now the Cowboys have no choice but to root for the 49ers. They stuck between a rock and a hard place. Who would you rather win? Would you rather have the 49ers get 6 before you get 6? Because that's what they really racing for. Or would you rather have your division rival go to the Super Bowl?
I would rather have us go if I was in that position. But people were saying, the little boys were saying, you want us to lose to San Fran because you don't want to play us. That's not it. That's not the case. Y'all don't deserve to play in the championship game. We would have spanked the little boys and we going to spank the little Niners. But the Niners deserve to be here. Dallas does not deserve to be on the same stage we are on. After everything that we have done this season, after the season that we have had, they do not deserve to come get beat by us. They don't deserve it. I wanted them to be done. I didn't want to hear no more content, no more previews, no more possibilities. I wanted the little boys to be tucked in the bed.
And I could break it down further why they don't really deserve it for real. They robbed us twice. Think about it. I think it was, I want to say it was the Christmas Eve game or something like that. They beat us during the Christmas Eve game. All they had to do was pretty much take care of their business and beat the Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? And then the ending of the season would have meant something. You know what I mean? That's one way that they robbed us. You lose to the Jaguars. Now the game really don't mean nothing to us. The second way they robbed
us. Them peaking.
You lose to the 49ers. We could have had an epic clash in the NFC Championship. It would have broke TV records, the Eagles and the Cowboys. They robbed the fans. So now that you can't hold up your end of the bargain, all right, move out of the way. Let us take care of the Niners then, bro. Like, you just pump faking the plan. You do it every single year. They teased me. I'm mad at them, and I'm an Eagles fan. You supposed to give us that matchup. Y'all them boys, right? Beat the 49ers and meet us at the altar.
Little boys.
Do you understand that if the Cowboys would have beat us in an NFC Championship game, I would have had nothing else to say. It would have been nothing I could say. That is the most, and I wanted that pressure. That is the most degrading way to go out. We directly stopped y'all from going to the Super Bowl. I wanted to do that to them, so I didn't mind playing them, but they robbed us of the opportunity. So,
little boys. Let me finish my last statement on the little boys, because and this ties into us playing the Niners. This directly ties into us playing the Niners. I was absolutely flabbergasted, Brunson. I was flabbergasted. When I foresaw Dallas Niners, I had no idea that Dallas's defense was going to show up the way they did. I was positive. Well, I was mad, but Dallas's defense showed up way better than I thought they would. I thought Elijah, Christian McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle was going to overpower them. So when I saw the score 6-6, my feet was literally clenched up. You know when you wound up tight and you don't know you wound up tight? Dylan was like, relax your feet. I didn't even realize how tense I was.
You was going through it.
Then I looked down and my feet was clenched up. I was so tight. I was like, dang it. Dallas might win this game, because you know what I thought? And I thought absolutely wrong. I put more faith in Dak Prescott than I did in Brock Purdy. I said if this game is defensive the way it is, the Niners defense is forcing these turnovers, but their offense is not able to capitalize. I was like, oh, Lord, the Niners are in trouble, because I obviously wrong. I was like, Dak is going to be the one who's going to end up being the better quarterback, going to be finding CD late when Brock can't find his target. Sadly mistaken. And you know who is not going to get outplayed by Mr. Irrelevant? Jalen freaking Hurts. That's the difference.
We already know that. This is the real key, though. The 49ers make guys make mistakes. After Dak Prescott threw the first interception, he was mentally checked out. It was such an ugly pass. You know what I mean? He was mentally different from that point moving forward. I was really surprised by the Dallas Cowboys defense. It actually had me thinking how hungry they would have been to play us, because they was moving at a savage pace against the San Francisco 49ers. And it also made me think how Brock Purdy basically went through hell. They was putting him through hell in that game. You know what I mean? They had him moving all over the place. Man, they was putting him through it. You know what I mean? They was putting him through it. They didn't allow many touchdowns or nothing like that. McCaffrey got their one and only touchdown, I believe. They put him through a lot. We got to put him through that. We got to put him through that same amount. I feel like our defense is not as fast as Dallas. We're just smarter than Dallas. Dallas put that dude through a lot with just basic instincts and basically being young with fresh legs and being hungry. We got to find some of that youth this game. And I'm glad that we have the rotation that we got on the defensive line to keep guys fresh and keep guys, engaged on what it got to be, because this game comes down to interior pressure, yo. Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Hargrave, those guys in the middle will be why the Philadelphia Eagles win this game.
And them dogs up front, they each and every one of them boys got something to prove. I'm not saying they should have something. They're all playing for something. Javon ain't never been to the championship game, let alone the Super Bowl. He playing for a contract. He playing for a big bag. And this is the stage where you get it. Fletch trying to figure out, are they going to want me again for a little bit of cash next year? Milton trying to crack the rotation. Jordan Davis trying to crack the rotation. All them boys got something to play for up there. So I'm glad that they all going to have, that fire. And also, when it comes to our pressure up front, this home field advantage is going to mean so much, because those dudes up front, that pressure pack, they feed off of one another. Like, you can literally see them feeding off of one another and feeding off of that crowd energy. So they're going to have each other's energy plus the crowd energy. Purdy think he going to step up in the link and take us down? I'll be darned. I'll be darned if we let this 7th round, 200 and whateverth pick come up in the league and steal our season. Jalen will be darned. They never want to give Jalen his respect. They already saying Purdy got more wins than Jalen. They already saying, oh, Jalen played Purdy in college and Purdy had better numbers than Jalen. They always, the little
Purdy
script
lost.
masters, he lost, but Jalen had 2 interceptions and Purdy had 5. You know they're going to find something. Jalen had 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Purdy had the better game on paper. They're going to find any reason to put the other quarterback on a pedestal and put Jalen one step down. They don't reach back to college to try to do that.
Listen, Purdy ain't never been second team All-Pro. Purdy, listen, y'all, listen. They said they just tried this with Daniel Jones last week. They tried this with Daniel Jones. Oh, he getting a fat contract, best game of Daniel Jones' career. They had 85% of the bets in the country was on the New York Giants last week due to media manipulation, due to dudes just saying stuff, getting people riled up in the moment because they forgot what really was going to happen. When I've been saying all week last week that there's no way on God's green earth that Daniel Jones is leaving the link with a win with the defensive front that we got. It just ain't happening. I watched 4-year Daniel Jones look like a practice squad quarter. I was there. I watched it with my own eyes. He ain't look like how he looked in Minnesota. Brock Purdy is about to look like a true rookie Sunday at 3:00. I can guarantee you that what they're going to do. See, Brock Purdy got a problem with holding the ball too long, and Brock Purdy can't go to his left. That's what I looked at. That's what I looked at on some of the film. The All 22 just came out today. Brock Purdy is going to stare people down. Brock Purdy is going to make quick throws. Brock Purdy is going to be fooled, man. Nobody left in the playoffs right now has played against the 70-sack Philadelphia Eagles. We lead the league in sacks. Brock Purdy and that offensive line, they never see this type of smoke. You know what I'm saying? The Bengals and their offensive line, they never see this type of smoke, nor have the Chiefs. Wherever we go moving forward, we're going to have the battle in the trenches hands down, and that's how you affect a rookie quarterback, by throwing off his clock. If Dallas was able to do it, we damn sure going to be able to do it.
And the 49ers, for this narrative going around talking about we ain't play nobody. First of all, y'all played in the weakest division if it wasn't for the NFC abysmal South. Y'all had the Rams twice. We done forgot about the Rams after week 3. Y'all had the Cardinals twice. Who the other team? Y'all had the Seahawks twice.
They had the Seahawks 3 times.
They had the Seahawks 3 times.
Right.
We had the toughest NFC. We had 3 teams in the playoffs. Y'all had the weaker division to play this season. Talking about haven't played nobody. Y'all would ultimately have had the weaker schedule than we had.
And it's easy to have a good defense. And look at the losses that they took. The 49ers lost to the Falcons. They lost to the Bears. Who else did they lose to?
Who? The 49ers?
The 49ers lost to the Falcons, the Bears. They lost to the Broncos, and it was somebody else.
They lost to the Falcons?
Yeah, they lost to the Falcons this year. They lost to the Falcons. They lost to the Bears. They lost to the Broncos, and it was somebody else.
The Broncos.
Right. The common denominator with all of the Chiefs spanked them. The common denominator with all those losses is they lost to quarterbacks who can extend the play with their legs. We got the best one in the game, though. You see what I'm saying? Not only can Patrick Mahomes throw, but Patrick Mahomes run for quite a few first downs. He does it every game. You know what Justin Fields just did this year. You know what Mariota do. You know what Russell Wilson. They lost to the Broncos. They just hot.
Everybody beat the Broncos.
You see what I'm saying? They lost to the Broncos. They lost to the Falcons.
Oh, they was in that one of the last games of the season. They almost lost that game to the Raiders.
The Raiders, yeah. And
that shootout versus the Raiders. Yep.
It was a shootout. I was watching that tape earlier today. The Raiders knew how to get them. You know what I mean? I think that we have the most innovative offensive coordinator this season in Shane Steichen, and I believe he's going to dial something up that mitigates what Bosa can do in terms of getting to Jalen Hurts. it still allows Jalen Hurts to use his legs, and it allows us to identify one-on-one versus zone. You know what I mean? I think Jalen Hurts. I think we about to blow these dudes out. I ain't gonna even lie, yo. I really feel like we about to spank them, yo. I really feel like we about to spank them.
The way that I love that they not giving us any credit though. That's how they messed up versus the Giants, because we didn't have to spank the Giants like that. Y'all did that to Daniel Jones. Y'all gave Daniel Jones 5 sacks. We could have won the game with 2. Y'all did that to them, because then we had to spank them and embarrass them. We could have showed mercy.
We could have,
but the media made us have to put our foot on their necks and do a little shake, break some little neck bones.
And that's
they keep talking about. They keep talking about. Yes, we are 2 similar teams. We both have some pressure up front on defense. We both have multiple weapons on offense. And I keep hearing the Niners gang, bang, bang. Yesterday, they was talking about who y'all got for Christian, Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle.
They must have been watching us.
AJ, Dallas, Devontae, Miles, and a real quarterback.
Do y'all forget that we're loaded down? Their secondary is not that good at all. They got one guy back there that I could think of who's a real difference maker. We could catch them. We could get them. Dak Prescott missed so many throws, yo. It was disgusting, man. He was missing walking touchdowns that I believe Jalen Hurts sees. You know what I mean? They definitely could get got on the offensive side of the ball. If that pass rush don't get to us, they're done. They're done. But we got to be mindful, man. They're real creative on defense, man. Sometimes they
are. That coaching is scary.
Yeah. Sometimes they send Fred Warner. We cannot turn the ball over. We cannot turn the ball over.
Somebody didn't just say AJ and Jay. See, this is the kind of stuff that make me.
This is kind of stuff that he don't watch the Eagles. He don't watch the Eagles. Devontae Smith got 1,100 receiving yards. Miles Sanders 1,000 rushing yards. Dallas got 700 receiving yards.
Dallas Goedert would have been there if he didn't get hurt. The Yak King. Dallas Goedert got hurt and still led tight ends in yards after the catch.
He ain't like he just talking. He didn't even go and look back what we did to the Giants. Our second string running back had 100 on the ground. There's weapons all over the place.
It's weapons all over the place. And the biggest grenade of the weapon is Jalen freaking Hurts. Exactly. We are bringing the MVP. Y'all can say whatever the heck y'all want. We are bringing the MVP to the party. Mm-hmm. Stop the disrespect, bruh. Stop putting Jalen Hurts next to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is a careful quarterback. He makes the correct throws. He doesn't put the ball in danger. He protects the football. Jalen Hurts takes over and dominates games.
Mm-hmm.
They're not one and the same.
Brock Purdy been getting a little loose with that ball lately, though. He should have been picked off a couple times the last couple weeks.
Let's talk about it. Trayvon
should have been picked off. Right.
Diggs. That went in and out of his hands.
Right. Diggs ain't catch that one. It was another one. He opened the first drive. He just threw one up with over top of safety help. You know what I mean? He was throwing them up for the Seahawks. They just couldn't get him.
Bro, when it went Trayvon Diggs' hand, James Bradbury sticky. That ain't coming out.
Exactly.
That ain't coming out.
It's not Slay. Gardner Johnson lead the league in picks. He could play around if he want, y'all. I'm telling y'all, yo, this might be a bloody battering, yo. I just got that feeling. After what we did to the Giants, bro. You know what I mean? I went on Twitter and I said this. I said, if the Eagles, I knew we was going to beat the Giants, but I said, if the Eagles dominate the Giants, we go into the Super Bowl. It's a difference between beating a team and dominating a team. That's two totally different things. Look, we made them dudes. Gardner Minshew got in a playoff game. Let's let that sink in. Our backup played in a playoff game. We're not coming out here playing nice. Jalen Hurts wasn't even excited after the game. He said, we came out hungry. It is what it is. I'm like, what the hell? Yep. He's a maniac. Yep. We came out hungry. It is what it is. On to the next.
I love the mindset of Jalen.
It's next level. I can't wait to hear what he say when he win a Super Bowl. He probably gonna say the job's not done. Vacation's next. You know what I mean?
Right. When he came out and that hat with the hoodie combo. Anytime somebody got the hat and the hoodie up, you know they're not playing. So when he came out giving that speech before the playoffs, I was like, oh, what he about to say? And the hands was in the pocket. I shouldn't have to fire you guys up. I shouldn't have to motivate you guys. I shouldn't have to come up here with a little cliche speak. We all know what it is. We all know what we want. We all know what we're capable of. We just got to go out there and execute. I know y'all wanted just as much as me. Starving. Right. And they played like they were starving. And the biggest thing with the... Go ahead.
I was about to say, it's a roster full of people that's starving. Mm-hmm. Fletcher Cox is starving, little do people know. Brandon Graham is starving. You know what I mean? These guys, I'm going to tell you why Fletcher and BG starving, because they tasted it before. You know what I mean? Kelsey, the most epic Super Bowl speech, he's starving to do that again. Lane, our dudes in the trenches have tasted this before. Slay is starving. All-pro cornerback and all of these accolades, leading the league in picks and years, never been this far in his life. Robert Quinn starving. You see what I'm saying? Like Hassan Reddick starving. This is hometown. Garner Johnson running around here wearing Meek Mill chain. The city has embraced these guys. AJ Brown starving. These dudes at the Sixers game every night, ringing the bell. They celebrities around here, yo. They know the job is not. Smitty starving, yo. Starving. You know what I mean? I am concerned about Quez, though. Quez didn't get a lot of time in the Giants game. Pascal got a lot of that. And you know what? I think that's good for our game plan. Because what we seen in that Giants game was we seen our wide receivers hitting people. AJ was putting people on their back. Pascal hitting people, blocking. You got to be physical like that with this San Fran team. So I'm glad we was a little more physical with the Giants in that aspect.
Quez is definitely going to have to... I'm a little bit not disappointed in Quez because, I mean, my whole thing with Quez Watkins is, you know, he was what, sixth round pick, fifth or sixth round pick. You don't usually expect much from those. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Quez is necessarily a disappointment. I think the only disappointment comes is the flashes that we've seen here and there and the inconsistency, like what we know he could do. Do you think that we're going to see more Quez in the Niners game?
I think so because with this Niners defense, you kind of want to get to the outside or the edge as fast as possible. I think you see more Quez, or I think you see more Boston Scott. You know what I mean? I think you see more Quez or more Boston Scott. You're not going to outpower these guys. You know what I mean? You got to make these guys miss. You know what I mean? You got to have some wiggle with you. And Boston Scott definitely got that wiggle. Miles got that wiggle. Gainwell is more power. You know what I mean? Quez got that wiggle to him. Smitty got that wiggle. AJ is more power. So I think you're going to see more shiftier guys on the field. It's no telling, though. You know, look what Dak and those guys tried to do. They tried almost everything. But the one guy that was getting through was Pollard up until he got hurt because he got that rare combination of speed and power. I think Miles Sanders could be huge. If our offensive line could move people around, you know what I mean? Like I think our offensive line going to dominate. If our offensive line could dominate, because this is the thing. So far, the way that this playoffs has played out to me, you know what I mean? AJ and Smitty really not needed. They really not needed right now. You know what I mean? Of course, you know, we're going to make guys pay attention to them. They're going to be used, you know, properly. But AJ and Smitty wasn't needed against the Giants because our offense, we could run the ball down certain teams' throats and make them play into our hand. If we could do that against the 49ers, I would do that. I would just run the ball down their throat. Play action them to death. You know what I mean? But when you get to the Super Bowl, if you're going against the Kansas City Chiefs and the Bengals, teams that could put up points, then you're going to need your guys to help you put up points.
James Hardy, where's the place? We be at Rocky Mount Pizzeria in Midtown. But let me tell you, James, pull up early. What time did the game start? Our game started at 8:30. 3:30. And I got there. Last week, our game started at 8:15. I got to Rocky Mount at 6, and it was already thick. And then they ended up closing the door. They wasn't letting nobody in past like 7:30. So I know it's gonna be thick, obviously, for this game. So if you pull up early. If the game's at 3, I'm probably getting there at 1 o'clock.
12:31. That's what I would do.
Because too many people been asking me. Because I posted I posted some stuff on TikTok and on Instagram. I got too many people hit me up asking about it. You know, you don't want to gatekeep or nothing. But at the end of the day, it be already thick in there. But I ride with you, James Harden, so I'll let you know. But I can't be letting everybody know. Shoot, I got to get a seat for myself. He said, I'm there. Yeah, it's in Midtown, Rocky Mount Pizza. Eat before you come. The food ain't hitting. Eat before you come. The food ain't it.
TV, they just got a lot of TVs.
Yeah, the vibe is immaculate. The vibe is immaculate. That's how they get away with that food that ain't hitting like that. Now, if you drunk, the food gonna be fine. But I always
you can't have bad food in Atlanta. I heard Atlanta got
thank you. But the thing is, they're in like near Georgia Tech's campus. So if it's not an Eagles game, it'd be empty in there. Like it only be thick on Eagles game day. It'd be
really they ain't gotta look for no like good chefs at all times.
Exactly. Any other time, it'd just be like 10 college kids who would eat anything for $8. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. They making the block hot.
Somebody in the chat asked me, LB, does Philly Mike live in Philly? I can't give you where my man live at. You got ex Mike.
And why are you looking for his location?
Right. I
don't see that comment. Oh, here it is. Somewhere. Sir Jam, Eagles Claw, why are you looking for his dot?
Right. I can't.
Your dot, that's how you get shot.
Right. I ain't giving nobody a number. I don't know. Okay?
Look, you got beef with Mike or something? Why are you trying to find him? Okay. Let me ask you this.
That's a good point. Somebody said
what?
Alexis, you know, I know her. The way DK attacked them for 170, AJ has to be in the game plan. Huge facts. DK did get off on them. They couldn't stop DK. That's a good point. They really could not stop him. It's up. Like, yeah, they really couldn't stop DK. So you know what I mean? You really got to.
And then AJ was because he had 2 catches that game.
People, and it's the thing. People saying he was pouting and all of that. No, he wasn't.
No, man. I like that. I
like it too. But he wasn't pouting because of
as long as you're respectful, which he has not been disrespectful. That's what we need. That's what Dallas didn't have. They didn't have nobody hungry, nobody starving for that G. They was flat, lifeless towards the end. I want dudes. We up 50, whatever. Game already sealed. He still want to make plays. I like that.
Yeah.
Don't be settling content, hand warmers in your pocket, chilling. Dudes who ball, they want to ball. They want to make plays. They want to get catches. They want to be in the game. They want to score touchdowns. I love it.
And the best thing about it now is it's all pent up frustration for the 49ers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's all pent up frustration for the 49ers. So I'm with it.
I'm with it. I like that energy. I want dudes to, and again, as long as you respectful, which he has been, I want you to want the ball. I want you to want to be in the game. I want you to want to make plays. And no complacency. Again, starving. Jalen said starving. And AJ said, I'm starving, not satisfied. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Are you concerned about running the ball?
No, I'm not concerned about running the ball. I'm concerned about when we decide to do design runs for Jalen Hurts. Because nothing is going to be off the table. Everything is all cards. Everything we've seen all year will be on display. The quick pass to the outside, that quick screen to Smitty, I think we're going to see a lot of that. Mark my words. I think one of them going to go big, like 40 yards in this game. But I'm just concerned about when we decide to do design runs with Dak Prescott because they hit over there. They hit. You know what I mean? They hit. I was hearing the pads make noise through the TV. I was hearing the pads make noise through the TV.
I was too. I was
like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, it sounded like a car crash. They was hitting out there. And you know what I mean? We've been through something like that against Arizona. Arizona was trying to hit us. You know what I mean? Smitty was getting hit pretty hard in that game. So, you know what I mean? I feel like, you got to be careful of when you do design runs with Jalen Hurts. I'm not worried about I'm not worried about Miles Sanders carries or him running the ball, but I feel like you have to run the ball with Miles too. You got to keep him honest because, you got to make him believe you're going to hand it off because I know we're going to do read options on him. the opportunity for Dak to do that was there, but he don't have the motor, I guess, or he don't have like the energy to do it as much as Jalen Hurts can. Dak almost took a read option in the end zone.
The starving, yeah, he don't. Ever since them injuries though, he don't got it like that.
Yeah. Ever since that ankle injury for sure.
But since we brought the little boys back up, we about to get to the super chats. But sometimes it just don't even seem like they be trying. I don't know. If you just took the score away and you were watching the last 7 minutes of that game, you would think that the score was 38-7. You wouldn't think that Dallas was within one score. They had no sense of urgency towards the end of the game, it didn't seem like. Yeah, and on that last play, they had plenty of time. They had 60 seconds. You got, I keep wanting to call him Diggs. You got CeeDee Lamb. You got Dak who can make this throw. Go downfield. You got 60 seconds. Where was the urgency? Why was Zeke under center? Why are you checking down? Do you realize you need to get 70 yards, not 8 yards?
They basically gave up. You know, leading down to when the game was on the line, you have a mental error by your tight end who didn't get both feet in. The clock kept running on that play. You have, Dak Prescott almost threw a pick six. The first play of that drive. Well, this one was 3 minutes, I guess, left. But, they were just out of it, man. And they were worn down. You know what I mean? They were worn down. So, we got to be mindful of that, man. When we're having these long drives and the offenses on the field, our offensive line don't get worn down. We get better as the game go on. You know what I mean? A lot of times we're finished with our opponent before it even gets to the later stages in the game. We was done with the Giants in the first quarter.
And that's why I'm glad, because we got to rest. They had to fight for the last minutes, last seconds. We got to rest. Basically by the third quarter, foot let off the gas. Let's get into these super chats. Weapon X, appreciate you for the super chat. Brock Purdy is about to catch an L. You already know, bro.
That's a fact.
I ain't let no Brock Purdy, no Iowa State Cyclone come up in the link and take. Hunter Helm said, LB, will you be at the game? If so, what section? I'll be in 220. Let's go, Birds.
I'm trying to pull up. I'm trying to pull up. Yeah, I'm trying to pull. I was at the one last week. I was at the one last week. It was cold, man. It was brick. Like, I'm telling you, man, it was brick out there. I was out there from 1 p.m. to midnight, the end of the game. When I went home, I was out there from 1 p.m. to like midnight.
Why don't you ever be posting no tailgate footage of that?
I don't know, man. I just ain't like that. I ain't this guy. I ain't like that, yo. You ain't
gotta be doing nothing the whole time.
I don't know. I just don't know, because like a lot of the times, like when somebody run into me, like I'm doing like the most normal thing ever. Like somebody seeing me, I was eating, dogging this burger. You know what I mean? I just be in my own like little world sometimes, because at the end of the day, I'm like a fan. Like when I get there, the last thing I'll be thinking about is taking pictures. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about you can get
no. So I got video footage of like the game and I'm warming up and stuff like that. But like the tailgate stuff, man, I really don't be having time, man. A lot of people be wanting to shake my hand and stuff like that. I be talking to people. I be engaging, man. Then I see somebody with a hurt season hat. I definitely talk to them. You know what I mean? That take up most of the day. But I got to get better with that. I think I need to just have somebody come with me and just document it, because it definitely be lit.
And that tailgate.
Oh yeah, you went to the 4th and John?
Yeah, that tailgate was so lit, bro. We was lit at that tailgate, bro.
That joint be crazy. That joint be crazy.
I gotta get back to a tailgate. Oh, but the way the ticket prices be.
No, that was crazy. And I was upset about my purchasing method, because I know better. So I bought my tickets for the divisional game on Monday. I don't even want to tell you how much they was. Like, I'm gonna just have to. I can't even say the words out of my mouth. You know what I mean? How much money I paid for this ticket? You know what I mean? It was ridiculous. But then on like that Thursday, in the same section, I was in the 100 section, the lower bowl. In that same section, it was half the price of what I could have bought 2 tickets.
Wow.
I could have bought 2 tickets. I was sick, but like I'm like, man, whatever. It is what it is.
That'd
So
be
if
the
I
worst
do
when you
go,
find that out.
right, if I do go, I ain't getting no ticket till Saturday. Sunday at 10 o'clock. I ain't getting no ticket till Sunday.
So would you still go to the tailgate if you ain't going to the game?
Hell,
No, because where do you live at? You live in DC, don't you?
No, yeah.
See, I ain't trying to put your dot out there. But if I lived in Philly, bruh, I would be at the tailgate. No ticket,
but you're gonna be there.
Bruh.
This the thing, though. You're gonna be there by which one did you go to? You went to 4th of July or you went to Philly Sports Trip?
I went to 4th and July tailgate.
They all go in. So when the game start, you're gonna be there by yourself.
Oh no! When the game starts, I'm going home and watch the game.
Oh yeah.
Look, when I was in college, bro. When I was in college, I went to NC State. Bro, the tailgates be crazy. The tailgates used to be like a whole party. The tailgate. So our tailgates would be on the state fairgrounds, like where we have the North Carolina State Fair. And I know y'all live up north, but the state fair down south be big. Okay, so our tailgates were on the state fair lot. When I tell you, we would go to the tailgates, not even go to the game. We'd go to the tailgate. Once everybody start heading in, call out Uber back home.
And watch the game.
No, not even watch the game. It was NC State.
Right. But it just be crazy. It's because I'm coming from DC. Now I could go to my mom's house. Like my mom live in Philly. My uncles, aunts, cousins, all of them, they live in Philly. But I be in and out for the most part. So if I'm coming down there, I'm definitely going to watch the game for sure. I'm going to go inside. You know what I mean? And I had honestly, I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of free tickets this year. So I damn sure went inside. I gave a lot away at the beginning of the season. But yeah, man, I gotta go inside. I'm telling you, man, if you've never been to the link, Simone, you gotta go. You gotta go early next year. We need you to redeem yourself and get you a win. I know, but you gotta cleanse yourself now. You gotta go get a win. You gotta go and get a win.
Hey, first of all, people be acting like
damn sure can't go damn sure don't go this Sunday. Damn sure you ain't allowed this Sunday.
It was not just me at the game, y'all. It was JC Sports Talk was at the game, and he be talking the most trash about me being at the game and us losing. JC Sports Talk, who y'all watch, was at the game. Burger Gang 31. Burger Gang 31. That was his first time at the link too, and we lost. Rachel from what's it? SB Nation, Eagles podcast on SB Nation. Rachel was at the game, her first time at the link. So it was you don't want
the curse to be on you solely.
It ain't just me. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I'm gonna cleanse myself next year.
No, but them tailgates be crazy, yo. I ain't gonna lie. You definitely right about that, man. And then you get met with so much hospitality. You know what I'm saying? E-Rock, Prime, Earn. Listen, they be making cheesesteaks. It be a DJ out there. It just be wild, bro. It be wild. You know what I'm saying?
Experience.
The bottles be everywhere.
Bottles, bro.
Right, bottles. It'd be like Jello shots. It's like
beer, wine, hard liquor, whatever you want.
If you got on an Eagles jersey, and then Jennifer Slay be out there. Darius Slay wife always pop up.
She wasn't out there when I was, of course.
You mean she bring the banana pudding. She take pictures with people. You know what I mean? It's just a whole vibe, man. It was people diving off 18-footers last week. It was crazy last week though. And it was like 20 degrees, yo. Nobody ain't care. It was crazy, man.
So lastly on the game day, where do you watch the game in Washington, D.C.?
I watched the game in the house.
I'm saying if you leave the house.
I didn't do that all year.
You just be in the house alone?
Yeah. I gotta be like in a perfect. Now I went to Buffalo Wild Wings a couple of times. There's a couple of bars and stuff like that. But I can't be in mode.
You can't be around people?
No, it's not that. I just cannot be in the mode that I gotta be in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I gotta be like laser focused, right? I gotta be laser focused. Like I don't even be like saying nothing for the most part. I just be zoned out. You know what I mean?
See, I gotta go to Rocky Mount because I can't get the game here unless it's on because they're gonna put on the little Funky Falcons. And sometimes CBS will carry our game, but I gotta go to Rocky Mount to watch the game. But that's what I love about Rocky Mount because everybody be dialed in and it's like no fraudulent nothing. Like everybody got the same burn and passion. That's why I really rock with Rocky Mount. I can't go anywhere and mix company and watch Like I can't go to no generic sports bar and watch the Eagles because then I'll be fighting somebody. Because if it's a little random fan in there talking trash,
you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I live in DC. I live in DC country. You know what I mean? All DC fans are here. But it is an Eagles bar in like the Adams Morgan area of Washington DC. You know, I went there a couple of times, but my routine just pretty much been the same. You know what I'm saying? I'd be watching the game by myself. And I just feel like this season I saw the game like from a different perspective for some reason, and it's just like I don't know. Like now, if someone invited me out, of course I'm like yeah, I'll definitely step out and watch the game. But we've been having a lot of primetime games, so you know what I mean. I just been chilling watching them joints in the crib. My TV's stupid. So my joint like 85 inches. I'll be enjoying myself.
Yeah. It's two different vibes. Sometimes you do just want to chill by yourself. Right. Chill and watch the game by yourself. Sometimes I'll be having listened to the game on the radio. If we don't got the game and I don't feel like going to Rocky Mount, I have to tune in to Mayor Reese and them boys. Mm-hmm. That one guy said, so last year Gannon's was that he only beat up on lower tier quarterbacks. So do y'all expect him to go after Purdy like he's a bad quarterback? He is a bad. I'm just playing.
I don't know. That's a good question.
That is a good question.
That's a good question.
I feel like
Gannon, go ahead. You take this one.
The problem with us, I feel like, was quarterbacks, at least this season, quarterbacks who could get the ball off precisely under pressure. You know what I mean? If we don't hit home, they can still get the ball off and make those throws. I.e., while we was in a shootout with Green Bay, because if we not hitting home on Aaron Rodgers, we just got Aaron Rodgers under pressure. Aaron Rodgers can still make those throws under pressure. I feel like that's what our problem was sometimes with Gannon. Now, Brock Purdy, he was holding on to the ball for a long period of time, even when, running, escaping Dallas's pressure. I don't know. I don't know if Brock is as precise under pressure on the run. I feel like early on when he was running for his life, he was either throwing the ball out of bounds or taking a sack. I feel like he wasn't really getting the ball off like that under pressure. So I think that will benefit us, especially with them dogs down field.
Yeah, and Dallas don't have no interior pressure. Neither does Seattle. So he was able to literally just stand in one spot. He was able to do a 3-step drop and stand there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring the pressure from the middle and make you go to the left or make you go to the right. On the right will be Hassan Reddick, second in sacks. On the left will be Josh Sweat fighting like hell against Trent Williams. But Josh Sweat is very capable of beating Trent Williams, 1 or 2 times. You know what I mean? Even though we've seen him shut down Micah Parsons. You know what I mean? I think Sweat will be able to get around him and create some pressure. This is how I think we're going to, attack Trent Williams, and it'll really affect Purdy. We're going to bring wave after wave after wave of fresh defensive edge rusher. Milton Williams can play the edge. I think this is a game we might see him on the edge against Trent Williams. You're going to see Robert Quinn. You're going to see Sweat. We're going to be rotating guys from that side. You know what I mean? And they're going to wear it down sooner or later, and we're going to get to Brock Purdy. Reddick going to get a strip sack. Reddick going to get one this week.
Reddick going to get 2.
Right, that ball coming out. That ball's coming out.
That ball coming out, period. And those picks are getting hauled in. Like we said, he made some ugly throws. They just weren't hauled in by Dallas's defenders. That ball went right in and out of Trayvon Diggs' hands. And them Diggs brothers got me all mixed up. I'm calling everybody Trayvon, Stephon, got them all mixed up. But Sir Jam, we was just playing with you, brother. He said, I follow you, LB, Philly 500, no harm. We was just messing with you. Just
we playing with you, bro.
Jersey boy, what's up? Appreciate the super chat. What's the biggest matchup versus the 49ers? I feel like us stopping their run. I feel like they was really cooking in the second half. Elijah Mitchell, like we were saying about people getting a little bit tired, Elijah Mitchell was really starting to cook in the second half. Christian McCaffrey couldn't really do nothing early. And I'm really tired of people saying Dallas's defense overall, for one, is not better than ours. And I'm tired of them saying Dallas has a really good run defense. They were in the bottom half of the league in run defense. If not right at half, bottom half in the league in run defense. If we want to go yard for yard specifically, we gave up less rushing yards this season than Dallas did. And if you want to say, I know not you, Jersey boy, I'm addressing the haters. If they want to say, if Philly can't stop the run, go ask Jonathan Taylor who can't stop the run. Go ask Derrick Henry, who can't stop the run. Go ask Saquon, ask him twice, who can't stop the run. Go ask both of them boys from the Packers, who can't stop the run. So I'm sick of people saying we can't stop the run. Who can?
The biggest mismatch for me would probably be the biggest matchup. I think the most important one. I'll go with the most important one for the Eagles would be Devontae Smith and whoever's guarding him. You know what I mean? I think Devontae Smith could have a big game in this one because they're going to pay a lot of attention to AJ Brown, and I think Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith being on the same page is critical in this game. Critical because Devontae Smith going to see a lot of one-on-ones. So you know what I mean? I think that's a real big matchup. How they decide to divide up the duties on who's going to guard our wide receivers.
Appreciate you, Mike Banks. Okay, Mel Rams. Let them know, Mel. Let them know what to do.
You know what I mean? Let's get us up.
Mike Banks, y'all the best. Appreciate you. He said LB is the lucky charm. Go to the game, man. I'm going to be in section 223. You know the vibes.
Mm-hmm.
That interior pressure going to be good. You already know. What's up, Moochie?
Moochie, what's going on, Moochie?
Yo, LB, be bougie. I don't know what that's about. Cello, KC, what's up? He said, you're not even a celebrity.
Who not a celebrity?
My ex's team is the Niners. Philly is so winning, y'all. Yup. You can't let your ex come out on top. You can't. This is a good matchup. Facts. Fly, Eagles, fly. $7.50 a seat ain't bad. $7.50 a seat ain't bad. Mr. Espinotos, you got money.
That's what I paid last week. I was thirsty for the matchup. That's why I paid last week. I think the buy got to
me. Thank you, Eric Stewart.
So
Eric Stewart said, LB, I do agree that you should take more pictures and videos while at the game. I want to inbox you my number on Instagram so we can link up at the game, homie.
Bet, do that. Inbox me. I'm gonna do that, man. I'm gonna start doing it. And it was just I was outside too long. My phone started dying. I left my external battery pack that I be having with me. Like I had issues, man. Phone was dying. I ain't get gas until I got to the stadium after coming from DC. So I was like, damn, I'm gonna charge my phone in the car. I turned my truck on, the gas light on. I'm like, oh man, I can't. I ain't about to go to the gas station. You'll never get back in that stadium. So I'm like, man, let me just.
So he said, I want to go on vacation for the parade. Facts. I gotta be up there for the parade. If I gotta be up there for the parade.
It's a must. I'm
gonna be sitting and waiting for them because they don't be dropping the days. They don't be dropping like, okay, we win the Super Bowl. It might be 2 days before they let us know when the parade is, and it better not be no Tuesday at 2 p.m. I need some heads
definitely
up.
Is. It's gonna be like Tuesday or something like that. It's gonna be like Tuesday.
So I'm gonna have to block all my coworkers. They already know I'm gonna be at the parade. They already know that.
They're gonna close schools down in Philly like they did last time. All the kids ain't got to go to school. Get outside, go to this parade. It was bananas.
I gotta be at the parade, bro. Aaron Davis says, Eagles fans, I love and proud of my Eagles. NFL sports world, including sports analysts, hates Philadelphia, Philly versus everybody. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. Are you going? I'm trying to find the other subject. Okay, here we go. Can y'all imagine watching another Super Bowl while other teams haven't seen a Super Bowl since Tupac and Biggie was beefing?
I can't imagine it, man. Who would have thought? After all the struggling we've been through, after everybody hating on our quarterback, even our own fans, who would have thought that we would be in an NFC Championship game 6 years later after winning the Super Bowl, right back in the NFC Championship game? We're fortunate to have the GM that we got who's been drafting and getting the players that we have on this team.
So
Howie Roseman done got us two coaches that got us to the NFC Championship game. Two different coaches.
Yep.
It's crazy.
In 5 years.
Right.
In 5 years. So I said before, I was like, before we got our first Super Bowl, I don't know why. I mean, I know why, because we ain't never had one. I was like, whenever the Eagles get a Super Bowl, I'm getting a Super Bowl tattoo. I didn't think that was happening because we never won a Super Bowl. So when we won the Super Bowl, got a Super Bowl tattoo. Now I was just driving today. I was like, hold on, wait, I got to get another one if we win it this year. I'm ready. So if we win the Super Bowl this year, then I will release the Super Bowl tattoo video because, I have people wondering
what did you get? What did you get? What did you get though?
I'm
you
not
can't even say what you got.
I'm not releasing it on this video. It's very much titled clickbait. I got a Super Bowl tattoo. I'm not releasing it on here. Y'all got to stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe. I already have one Super Bowl 52 tattoo. I do.
I got something crazy too. Like, so after we beat the 49ers, I can't even really announce it. But listen, I'm just gonna need your address and I'm gonna send you one. You know what I'm saying? I got something crazy. All we gotta do is beat the Niners. All we gotta do is beat the Niners.
That's the worst when you got something lined up and you just waiting on something to happen.
It's in the chamber, you know what I mean? It's in the chamber because you just don't get this close to success often.
I know.
You know what I mean? You don't get this close to it. So I had to do something special, man, because I feel I'm starting to feel all the work that I personally put in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I personally had to shout from the mountaintops to say we need to give Jalen Hurts a chance. You know what I mean? I feel like I've done it for like a year straight, and to see him, produce the way that I knew he was going to produce, that joint feel good, yo. It feels good.
Miss Ash said I have to watch alone. I cuss a lot, and they agree with her. But this one is the one that got me dead, bro. My family hate watching the game with me because I be so loud. Christmas Eve, I was exposed because Christmas Eve, all the family around. I got a game to watch, and first of all, I'm not watching with y'all casuals. My sister got CeeDee Lamb on her fantasy team. I need the Eagles to win, but I need CD to do great. That's all she kept saying all day long. I wanted to punch her in the face. All she kept saying, CD, CD. I was like, oh Lord, I gotta watch this game by myself. Then it was like, oh, you got a bad attitude because you don't want to watch the game with everybody. I'm not watching the game with y'all casuals, picking my team, asking who's this, who's that, all game long. No, I had to go upstairs, close my door on Christmas Eve, and watch in my own little hole.
Do you mean that?
She was killing me with that CD.
I just enjoy it like that. You know what I mean? Because I got like a whole like Eagles room, like I enjoy it like that. You know what I mean? I might be in there, have a drink or something. You ain't got to worry about it. And then my studio where I record it like right next door. So right after the game done, I do my video. You know what I mean? But I think I'm gonna start having like some watch parties and stuff like that next year.
Yeah, that would be lit. That would be dope. So that one guy said if Maddox is out, Anthony Harris free safety, Epps strong safety, CJ in the slot. I don't want Anthony Harris on the field right now.
Yeah, I mean, come on, we can't have him in the field in the NFC Championship game.
I'm not having Anthony Harris in the field. I'd rather stick with Reed. Reed has been out there. I would use Anthony as a depth piece, but I'm not starting Anthony in no championship game.
Yeah,
he hasn't been with the team all season.
One thing Reed can do is tackle and hit. And with Deebo Samuels and Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle, you got to gang tackle them dudes, man. Them dudes break a lot of tackles. They run physical with yards after catch. I like Blankenship out of there over Harris, who ain't play all year.
Tyree said, hey, Simone, y'all. All right, I don't let it slide about 25 times. 25. It's a Y, y'all. Love y'all. But it's a Y. It's not Simone with an I. It's a Y, y'all. A Y. Hey, Simone and LB. I love you guys. Content, please. Please keep up the good work. I'm an Eagles fan as well, and I'm confident in saying I love the confidence, bro. Tyrese A. Moore. I feel the same way.
If we get there, once we get there, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? I just don't like to speak too far in the future. I'm gonna get there, then I'm gonna tell y'all why we gonna win when we get there.
Young Mello, I heard Xfinity Live was canceled, but
yeah, they
that's that.
Yeah, they canceled until further notice, but it used to be lit.
Coach said I got 21-14 birds. Cubby would get a punt return touchdown. I hope so.
Yo, and this is another thing. This is another thing that bothered me about the game against the Cowboys. I watched the game again. They really could have beat the 49ers, yo. What's that dude name? The returner for the Cowboys. He has so many opportunities to break big ones. Yeah, he's running into people.
Can we talk about it? Because why did they fair catch that ball to Turpin?
What do you mean?
One of the last oh, you know what? No, the clock don't run on a special team on the return, does it?
No, after After the fair catch, the clock usually stops. Yeah, it stops.
No, if they return it, is the clock running?
Yeah, the clock is running during the return.
That's probably why.
I think it stops. I think it stops again on the first down.
It stops
when the other team got the ball. Yeah.
Because at first I was like, why would they fair catch Turpin? Turpin is a dangerous weapon. But now I'm thinking maybe it's because the clock management. They didn't want him eating up clock returning.
Eating up clock trying to return it.
Yeah,
but that's
at the
stupid,
end.
though. But that's a dumb decision. He's a home run threat. Let him return it. That's a chance that you get to take.
He y'all most consistent weapon.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Turpin.
But yeah.
Dontello, appreciate you for the super chat. Do y'all think Jalen? No, because they don't like Jalen's. I'm gonna leave it like that. They like they already got their MVP. They already got their MVP set before the season. They want Patrick Mahomes, Joey Burrow, or Josh Allen to win that award before the season even started. They're not giving that award to Jalen. He deserves it.
Jalen gonna get Super Bowl MVP.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate you, Jacqueline Kim. I'm feeling a whooping is going to be served to the Niners. Eagles are not playing, and Jalen got that Kobe gene. Laser focus, never satisfied, and shuts mouth of all the haters and doubters. I feel it. Mm-hmm. Ryan said, Niners content creators are saying the D-line is the Eagles' biggest weakness. That's that West Coast let y'all smoke that weed all day.
Right.
That's what that is.
Come on. They're alluding to us getting exposed. They probably talking about us getting exposed with the run early in the year. But who the last team that exposes us with the run? Since we got Linval, Joseph, and Ndamukong Suh, when have we been exposed with the run?
They smoking that Zaza.
Exactly.
Hunter, LB, is there any way I can buy a Hurt season beanie and get it by Saturday to wear at the game?
Yeah, you got to go on my social media at Lore_Brunson. Go to my last video or wait till we're done with this one, the link in the description, and just click the link and buy it. If you get it now, you'll have it before Saturday.
You better order tonight, bro. I had to order me a shirt yesterday. I had to DM the seller, please ship this. I need this by Sunday. Please ship. Go ahead and order it tonight because you never know with the shipping. Appreciate you, Jersey boy. Respect to y'all supporting Hurts from day one. You already know we had the brother back from day one. Cool Eagle, appreciate you. Hey, LB, this Texan finally coming to Philly to go to the NFC Championship game. Where the safe and good spots at? I'm somewhere on Broad Street, I think. Shout out to Simone. Appreciate you, brother, with the Y.
This Texas finally coming to Philly. Where the safe good spots at? Safe spots for what? What you trying to do? I'm somewhere on Broad. Oh, you got an Airbnb on Broad Street or something like that? What you mean? You got hit me on the gram, Cool Eagle. I'll let you know.
All right, let me ask you this last question for the night. We had an hour. Appreciate everybody with the super chats. Appreciate everybody rocking with us. Are you making a trip to the Super Bowl?
What are we talking about?
That deep
seven.
Side.
We talk about $7,000, $8,000, $9 trip.
You think so?
I don't know. I mean, probably not. You know what I mean? Probably not. I got one sponsorship who said that they would pay 50% of my ticket. That was in that was working.
They need to throw more than 50%. 50% is still $5,000.
For real. That was worked into the deal. So we'll see. You know what I mean? If we go, I'm going. If somebody gonna pay half of the ticket, I'm going. I'll pay the other half. If
they pay half the ticket, bro, that's still taxing.
Yeah,
half the ticket is still taxing. But if you got it like that ain't none of my business.
No, it definitely is still taxing. You know what I mean? It definitely is still taxing, but I would heavily consider half.
See, with me, so one of our friends, he's the program director at the ESPN radio in Arizona. Mm-hmm. So their discount is $5,000. Their discount, no, like the ticket is $5,000. Like they like, you know how they send out to employees, right. Y'all rate is $5,000. That ain't no discount.
What section is that, bro? Like, where you sitting at?
I'm not sure. I didn't ask that far. Once he said 5,000, I was like,
right.
Get somebody else.
That's wild. I mean,
$5,000. But
it's wild.
I want to still go out there because I feel like, okay, because when the Super Bowl came to Atlanta, that was my only time being in the Super Bowl city. And it'd be hella stuff to do during the Super Bowl week, like events, parties, all that kind of stuff going on in the town. So I'm thinking I might go, depending on how I'm feeling, because that February 10th is coming up quick. But I wanted to go out there, stay with my friend, because you know them hotels gonna be taxing. So all I have to do is get my flight, but I'm still contemplating that.
That ain't a bad idea. I might go out there just for the, just for this festivities. Find me a nice spot. The
festivities gonna be fun.
Yeah, I might do that. That ain't a bad idea.
And I feel like the festivities will be good content too. I know you don't like doing, other type of content.
No, I'm about to tighten up with that. I'm about to start doing other content. I gotta,
because you can still go to the tailgate. It's still gonna be all the fans, all the players. It's gonna be like player experiences, fan experiences, all that. And like when they came to Atlanta, it was the Patriots and Rams, and it was still fun, but obviously it'd be way more fun if it was my team.
Right.
All right, y'all. That is a wrap. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. I don't usually do score predictions but I'm going to ask because people like them. What's your score prediction?
28-13 Eagles.
I'm going 32-17 Eagles. I feel like this offense about to just Jalen, baby. Jalen, like the way that he got so disrespected towards the end of this season. Like when he got the whole system thing. Then he get hurt. No MVP. They want to talk about this, talk about that. Boom, 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 boom. Almost losing the number 1 seed. Almost slipping out the number 1 seed. He come back. They want to talk about, his shoulder ain't going to be this. His shoulder ain't going to be that. He's going to be hurt. It's going to be a 60% Jalen. It's going to be a 50% Jalen. They done crowned Daniel Jones king of the NFC East. They done got Brock Purdy on this pedestal. I feel like Jalen is hungry, baby.
I think so too. You know what I mean? Listen, the biggest advantage that we got is home field advantage. I'm telling you, the link in the playoffs is different. It's different. I'm telling you, it's different. I ain't never experienced that, and I've been there several times. I did not never experienced what I experienced in the freezing cold. You know what I mean? I think that's really going to provide dividends for us, and it's in the daytime. Come on.
Yeah, it's in the daytime. They're gonna be warming up in that 11 a.m. Philly chill, baby. They're gonna be warming up in that chill. Appreciate y'all. We about to head out. Make sure y'all like this video. Y'all been commenting, but subscribe to LB, subscribe to my channel, Smoke with the Sports, and we out.
Yes, sir.